How different. Let me share with you some key moments of year 2013. It began on a melancholic note. Both Tamara and I were missing our life in Negum and the people we grew to like. It was our first winter in the countryside, and I had to drive around a lot. The roads were full of potholes. In the daylight, I memorized them, and after dark tried to avoid those traps. Then came snowfalls. Roads and railroads were closed and life came to a standstill. We were completely cut off for a couple of days. On the advice of our good neighbors, we stocked an emergency supply of food and bought a camping gas stove in case there is no power. With the return of daylight, life became brighter too. We spent a week by the sea on the island of Lanzarote, walking and looking at the sea. In spring, a new pope appeared in Rome, and what a pope he is! In counterpoint, a new cat entered our life, and we fell in love with him from the first sight. Who wouldn't? Leo is a rescue cat. He was a stud with the breeders for 5 years, after which they did not want to have him, and he was forced to retire. He is a cross between a British short-hair cat and Himalayan cat. He has a very open and welcoming character and shows us so much love. Tamara began planting a garden. The soil is clay, very good to start a pottery business, but it is very bad for a garden. It was to be the 4th garden she has planted. It took an enormous effort from her. I hardly saw her indoors. She moved probably hundreds cubic meters of soil. I doubt if an excavator of her size could do that much. The results were fantastic. By the end of summer, we were able to invite our parishioners for a garden party. I spent spring and summer giving talks about the Second Vatican Council. The hopes it raised returned back with Pope Francis. The Council expressed the sublime vision of Christianity as it should be, the deep amazement at human worth and dignity. In the aftermath of the Council, the Conservatives tried to block and even reverse its results. They wanted the Church to be an empire ruled by the clergy and dictating its norms to the world. Covering up for pedophile priests was the ultimate expression of that attitude. My talks were very well received. In the end of June, I went to Germany to celebrate the wedding of a former student of mine. It was a great joy for me. I had never been to Bavaria, and its beauty and the friendliness of the people greatly impressed me. After the wedding, there was a surprise for the couple as 2 huge agricultural machines appeared and took the couple around the town. It was unforgettable. I stayed for a while in Munich to see some very good people and to visit the recently reopened Lenbach House art gallery. That was my long-standing dream. I had seen the major exhibitions of Kandinsky and Klee, but I wanted to see also the works of their less famous fellow artists. And I wanted to be in the city where they used to live and work. It is also the city where in 1937 the Nazis displayed the works by Kandinsky, Klee, Chagall and others in the special exhibition of degenerate art. Over 1,000 of such paintings were secretly burnt as a result. For me, It was cathartic to see how the genuine art finally won. Creativity won over the obedience to the regime. I hope the same will happen in the Catholic Church. In November, we went to Bologna for a short break. Actually, it was a kind of pilgrimage, as we came to see the museum of Giorgio Morandi, who lived his whole life in Bologna. His meditative paintings are full of hidden spiritual energy. Bologna is also the home of the first university in Europe, founded in 1088. From that time, it became the city of students and professors, artists and film directors. And of course, Bologna is the gastronomical center of Italy. In the end of our stay, the festival of mortadella sausage began. Bologna is the birthplace of that famous sausage, invented presumably in the antiquity. By autumn, we both recovered from the trauma of relocation. Tamara began seeing clients, and I began doing regular chaplaincy work at a Catholic secondary school twice a week. It is all new to me, as I never worked with children. I was terribly afraid of children, but discovered that they are lovely, well, most of the time. There were also some interesting exhibitions to attend through the year. All in all, the year 2013 was good. Tamara and I wish you a happy new year 2014.